Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, May 17th, third day of Sivan. Here we go. I'm going to tell you a halacha that this year you don't really have to know, but whatever. I'll just teach it to you for the sake of knowing it. Here's what it is this year's calendar. In a normal year, when the day before Shavuos is not Shabbos, okay? So typically, when you start davening on the first night of Shavuos, you daven mincha before the sun goes down, and then after the sun goes down, everybody's kind of itching to get started with Marav. They want to daven the Shavuos night davening, and they want to get going and everything, because if you wait all the way until nightfall, then nightfall is like late. It's like near 9 o'clock, and you get home 9:30, and you eat your yontif meal so late. So there's always a little bit of a pressure to try to daven the Shavuos night davening. Like, how we make early Shabbos and we daven nice and early. Sometimes the sun is still up and we just make early Shabbos. So people always have a temptation to want to make early Shavuos also. And it's actually problematic. I'll tell you why. It's going to sound so interesting. God tells us when we count the Sfiras HaOmer, the counting of Omer, He tells us to count Sheva Shabbosos Temimos, 7 complete weeks. And in order to have 7 complete weeks, you hopefully are still counting and never missed one, and all that good stuff. And then you count 7 complete weeks. And on the last day, to make that the 7 weeks are complete and didn't get shortened down at all, you need to wait all the way until the end of the 49th day, all the way until nightfall after the end of the 49th day, and then it's the 50th day, and then it's Shavuos. And God tells you, Tisperu, you should count, and then Chamishim Yom, on the 50th day, V'ikravtem, and you should bring your Shavuos offerings, etc. So it's supposed to be 7 complete weeks, and then after 7 complete weeks, it's Shavuos. So starting the Shavuos night davening early would be a no-no, because it would kind of get in the way of Shavuos cramped into the last day of the counting, and you didn't really have 7 complete weeks. So most shuls are strict to not start the Shavuos davening early on the first night of Shavuos, and that's most appropriate to not start it early. This halach that I just taught you is not so applicable to this year, because this year the day before Shavuos, Erev Shavuos, is Shabbos. And most shuls are very, very likely going to wait until Shabbos is over before starting the Yontif davening of Shavuos. So there's hardly any shul anywhere that's going to be tempted to start early, because that would be jamming Shavuos into Shabbos, which would be like sort of awkward. So all shuls are going to be following the halacha properly this year, which is they're going to wait until nightfall, till Shabbos is totally over, and then they're going to start Shavuos on the night of the 50th after Shabbos is totally over. So it's an important halacha for you to know. In most years, it's very important to know it, and this year it's kind of like, duh, we're going to do it anyway. Thanks for logging on. Log on again on Friday. That's our last halacha that we get to tell you before Shavuos. And then I won't speak to you for about 3 days, because it's Shabbos and 2 days of Shavuos. But do log on one more time before Shavuos, Shabbos and Shavuos, for one more day of loss.